Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon. Today we're looking at the XP-50. This is a US Tier 6 Premium Heavy Fighter, and it's characterized by an awesome climb, very good guns, and for a heavy, it's quite agile as well. The only downside I can think of is that maybe you didn't participate in the mission where you got this free along with the KI-88. Then you would have to pay gold for it. That's the only downside I can think of. Seriously, if you're looking for a premium plane, this is the new BF-110C. The XP-50 is so far better than anything else. It's just amazingly good that the other premiums aren't even worth considering. Here we're going to see that great climb. It has just a ton of boost, a little over 20 seconds, and you're going to see that you can gain speed in a more shallow climb, or it just keeps the speed you were traveling at in a steep, almost vertical climb. So one of the tricks that you do with the plane is you get going 500 kmh or so in the horizontal while an enemy is chasing you, and then you just pitch up and boost, and there's really very little that can keep pace with you. The speed on the XP-50 is very good. In mixed maneuvers, it typically keeps an operating speed of 450 kmh or better almost all the time, unless you're riding the flaps and the brakes. The guns are quite good. They don't have the face-melting power of the ME-410, so head-ons against German heavies and even some of the normal US heavies is not quite to be recommended, but heading on almost anything else is going to do really well for you. The guns are effective to around 650 meters or so. There's only going to be a few things in tier that actually outrange you, such as those German heavies, so you can get fleeing opponents fairly easily. The plane feels very similar to the F-7F, where you have a very friendly spread of bullets in front of you, making the gunnery pretty easy. Now, the gun heat is very good on the plane as well, just spray and pray forever. It has somewhat more difficulty with ground targets, so if you find yourself needing to take down ground targets or there's a lot of ILs in your games, I can think of putting incendiary bullets on the 12 millimeters. That's going to help you quite a bit. Generally, I just go with all armor piercing and it works out fine, but I think there's a good argument to be made. Even though you can't head on other heavies, you can outturn them for the most part, which means that combined with your pretty good speed and your long boost, once you get on the tail of an opposing heavy, they don't have a lot of options. The plane is a lot less quirky than some of the other US heavies. For the P-38s, especially the F and J, they have real problems with dive speed where they overspeed and the plane becomes almost uncontrollable. In dives, the XP-50 is very friendly, and extending the flaps and cutting the throttle lead a very gentle dive, or you can even boost while diving to create an escape from pursuing opponents. The best planes in tier in some order are P-51A, the 109F, the 410, and the Focke-Wulf A5 and the XP-50. I'm not quite sure what the order of those planes are. All I do know is that is absolutely the top 5, and looking at the other Tier 6 premiums that were released is going to be pointless. Don't even do it. The KI-88 has a boomstick but no energy retention. It's absolutely useless at altitude. The Spitfire Premium is going to be worse than the traditional Spitfire, and the traditional Spitfire was bad. And the Mustang Premium is woefully undergunned and has a lower altitude than the original Mustang, so no reason to check that out either. The XP-50 is just amazing in every category. If you really want a Tier 6 Premium, this is going to be your best bet. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.